This is the Vernier NXT adapter. It allows our Vernier equipment to talk to our LEGO Mindstorms. As you can see, it has a Mindstorms connector on one side and a connector for our Vernier sensor on the other side. So we're going to take our LEGO cable and plug it into the Mindstorms end, and then plug it into our Mindstorms. Then we'll take our Vernier sensor and plug it into the other end. And there we are. This is the Vernier sensor block. It can be downloaded from the Vernier website. We'll need to set it up so that it knows what kind of sensor it's connected to. So we will select that from the drop down. We'll go to environmental and then to soil moisture %. The Vernier sensor can be read like a variable using this block. And for this demo, we're going to tell it to constantly update the screen with the reading we're getting from the sensor. If you're working on a different project, you might want to tell it to do something else. You might want it to respond to a certain reading threshold, which you can do using other logical structures. When you first plug it in and turn it on, you'll notice it gives a kind of scary looking negative reading, but that's fine. The probe measures % water content by volume, but it's not in soil right now. So it isn't picking up anything that actually makes sense. So in air, it should read somewhere between -5% and -50%, which it is. When I grab the probe with my hand, it will pop up somewhere between 10% and 50%. So we know the probe is working and sending the information to our Mindstorms. Here we have some lovely red sand, and we want to know how much water is in it. So we'll use our moisture sensing probe. We're not going to stick it straight down because moisture can vary by depth, and we'll get a different reading at each end, and that won't be an accurate reading. We're also not going to stick it in flat because water might settle on the flat parts and interfere with our reading. So instead, what we're going to do is stick it in like this, kind of like a knife. The sand is pretty soft, so we could stick it straight in, but generally we're going to be digging a channel to bury it in and cover it back up. Now we're getting a reading of about 10.5%. When we're ready to pull it back up, we don't want to just yank on this cord because that might damage it. So instead, we're going to unbury it carefully and pick it back up. Again, ideally the sensor should be placed horizontally like this, but as you can see, the LEGO Mindstorms rover may have difficulty doing this correctly. So for the NESSP Roads on Mars challenge, the team's LEGO Mindstorms rover may insert the sensor vertically like this.